in the interest of the Locker, Lampkin, Hoffman children. Okay, a special hearing, let's see, special hearing. Didn't we, let's see, special hearing was to be last week. Ms. K, did you need the special hearing?
It's to address my client's visitation, Your Honor. He was getting something similar to a standard possession schedule, and now they've got him back supervised. I filed a motion for monitored return.
Okay. Okay, so why don't lawyers and is Casa here? Yeah, Casa's here. Okay, if y'all want to proffer testimony or put your clients, let your clients testify, I'm okay with however you want to do it. So, Mr. Sturmer, you think Ms. K should begin?
Sorry about that. I'll just say that we're not in agreement with the monitor return. I prefer to reserve calling my client until after Ms. K puts on her case. I don't know if I need to call my client or not, so I'll just let her go ahead and go if that's all right.
That's fine. Okay, Ms. K, you may begin.
I'll call my client.
Okay, Mr. Lampkin. Unmute yourself, please, sir.
Yes.
Okay, go on.
Okay, Mr. Lampkin, you're Malachi's father, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Who lives in your home?
Me, my girlfriend, my 2 children, and her 3.
Okay. And is it a house, an apartment, or something else?
It's an apartment.
And how many bedrooms is it? How many bedrooms are there in your apartment? It's 2 bedrooms?
Yes.
Okay. And how are you and your girlfriend able to provide for the 5 children that you have in your home right now?
I work. My son gets SSI for his disability, and then I do like side jobs and DoorDash as well.
Okay. So you have 2 of your own biological children living in the home with you now. Is that correct? Okay.
Yes.
Do you have any other children besides Malachi that don't live with you?
No.
Okay. And I have filed a motion for monitored return for the court to consider today, asking to have Malachi come and live with you and your girlfriend in that home. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. If the judge grants the motion, what's the plan for Malachi?
I've already prepared for him. I have the bed. I have his have clothing here for him. I'm prepared to also go and purchase some clothing. Like today with the side job, I just accumulated over 700 with just a side job just today.
Okay. Now you understand that Malachi has some health needs. Is that right?
Yeah, those are going to be my first priorities. Making sure he's definitely good on all meds and everything like that.
Okay. And
I think we're more
I'm sorry,
concerned on making sure the appointment.
You're breaking up a little bit. Can you go somewhere where you have better internet or?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yes, is that better?
A little bit. I might ask him to turn his camera off if it doesn't pick up, Judge.
Okay.
Okay. So how are you going to meet all of Malachi's medical needs?
For now, stay on top of them as far as what they got him on. Other than that, if he needs to get to appointments or any additive changes to his medicine, then yeah, I think I'm suitable to get that done for him.
Okay. Do you have a vehicle?
Not at the moment. Today I had a little mishap when I was at a side job, so I was supposed to make that payment, but they had towed it. I guess it's like you miss a payment, they tow it instead of waiting the 30 days.
Okay. So what's your plan for transportation if Malachi needs to get to the doctor?
I'll be back up running by the end of the month.
I'm sorry?
I'll be back up running by the end of the month with the same vehicle.
Okay.
They're just holding it.
What visitation are you having with Malachi right now?
I'm having at-home visit. Today was supposed to be at the park here after court. But I scheduled it because of everything going on till Friday, the normal visits. Other than that, that's pretty much it.
So you said you're having business with Malachi in your home?
Yes.
Okay. And how often do you get to see him in your home?
It's once a week on Fridays. Today was just a change because of the holidays, but once a week on Fridays for an hour.
Okay. And do you normally pick him up and take him to your house, or does someone bring him to you?
They just started. Like last week was my first time since the last court date that he's been in my care. So they've been bringing him.
Okay. And does somebody stay and supervise you, or did you have him unsupervised?
They stay and supervise.
All right. Do you have any pending criminal or open criminal investigations right now?
No, ma'am. I've cleared all that up.
You've cleared all that up. And when did that all get cleared up?
I think my last one was 2021, 2022, something like that.
Okay. Is there an active investigation involving one of your girlfriend's children right now?
The case, the CPS case, yes. But as far as the abuse and the sexual assault, I had a detective reach out to me. He personally interviewed my two children in Waco without us being present, but he called me back just like last week and told me that he had closed the case because he didn't see anything that was wrong. So I right now we're just waiting on the CPS to hear from her because we haven't heard from her in almost a month and almost a week now.
Okay. Do you know who the investigator is for the CPS case?
Not at all. It was more on the girlfriend side. She's went to the store real fast, but if you guys need that, I can get that for you.
Has a CPS investigator came and talked to you about that case?
Yes, they discussed it here at the house with us. They missed it. They couldn't show up, so they sent a police officer. He came and did an interview. And based off of what he saw, that's when they opened up the case, the detective case, as far as interviewing the sexual assault and abuse.
Okay.
But other than that, I've seen him maybe one time in the home that we spoke.
The CPS investigator.
Yes.
And that was over a month ago.
Yes, almost.
Okay. Did they offer you or your girlfriend any services for
No,
the
sir.
children in your home?
No services. All I know was we took a drug test and that was it.
Did they have y'all sign any kind of like safety plans or anything for that?
No, ma'am.
And the kids are all still in the home?
No one's got taken. No one been removed. They still going to the same schools. I mean, due to the situation at the school, we tried to go get a new home, a 3-bedroom home, but the school didn't allow us to move, so we're still here.
Okay, because I guess if y'all had moved, your kids would have had to change schools. Is that what the problem was?
We were just trying to change it because of how we went about the case shouldn't even been open, but it's just a case that the teacher called. So we was like, well, let's remove them from the class before she has more authorities to keep calling on things that don't make no sense.
Okay. Do you think that it would be better for Malachi to come and live with you?
Yes. I mean, when he's here, he questions me a lot as far as returning him back. His character changes when he leaves. He seems to be happier, but when I get ready to take him home, he seems down. So, and I have plenty of witnesses that know that, even the people that was picking him up when I didn't have a vehicle.
Okay. You understand that if the judge grants the motion and places Malachi with you, the caseworker is going to come to your house once a week to check up on him, right?
Yes, that's perfectly fine with me.
Okay. And you're going to have to keep working services and drug testing and doing all of the things that the department expects from you, or they'll take him out of your home again. You know that, don't you? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. And even knowing all of that, you still want Malachi to come home?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll pass the witness, Judge.
Anybody have any questions, Mr. Lampkin? Ms. Missick, you're nodding. Go on.
Hi, sir. So Christine is your girlfriend, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you said the criminal part of it, the detective called you, but CPS, you haven't gotten like that letter in the mail?
No, ma'am. It seems to be like that a lot. Like you get a case and it's closed. We get no back or
Gotcha.
nothing.
Well, she's had like removals and FBSS cases, so she kind of knows how things work, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So have you been drug testing for the department?
I haven't, like, today I called. I know I got set with my color. I haven't had my color yet. Today was black, I think it is, when I called. I'm waiting for my color so I can go do that drug test. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you're gonna test positive for marijuana?
No.
Okay. So have you told anyone that you do smoke marijuana?
No, I haven't been smoking since the cases, but since I
Oh,
spoke with Brooklyn, I did told her I did it where I told her that I did once, like a week before she came and talked to me. But she told me I had passed, and it was weird that I had passed the drug test. And I was like, well, I didn't take I didn't take no detoxes, nothing. So I don't know how I passed.
okay, okay. And you said they towed your car because of a lack of payment?
Yes, this one is like a used dealership in Killeen on Rancier. So like I went
Gotcha.
to them because it was my first time doing payments. I never did payments in my life. I've had 8 cars in my life. I've worked on every single one, but my son had an SSI thing come in, so we kind of needed a vehicle, so we got one. And then I guess how they do it is if you miss your payment by a day or two, they pick it up, but they don't like add fees to it. You just come pay the same remainder amount and you take your car back. So it's like it's just like
Okay.
sitting right now. That's why I said I'll have it back at the end of the month.
Right. And
I-
tell me what Malachi's like medication, how often he goes to the doctor.
Um, if I'm being honest with you, that part has probably been the scariest part of my life since he's been 2, since I left him. I haven't heard, or it's just been, hey, Malachi had a seizure. He's at the hospital. That's all I've been getting. Every time
Um,
I don't know too much as far as all the medicines he's been taking, as far as only when he's here. But other than that,
Sure.
I feel bad on that part to not know everything on that.
Well, I appreciate that. And then have you been able to maintain your schedule with him weekly?
Yes, I think I had a little mishap with the grandmother. That was because I wasn't working, but I got one. And I was working and I
Okay.
had to, first I didn't know what to do. So I tried to change my schedule with the grandmother and my job. My job changed it, and then I had I guess, a new schedule with the grandmother. We just kept it the same. My job just,
Gotcha. I know one of the allegations was a bruise and with the belt. And a lot of people have beliefs it's fine to use a belt. Was there an incident where you spanked her and it could have bruised her thigh?
like I told Brooklyn, I'm an open person with anybody. All my children, every single one of them, the oldest is 7. They all get whooped on their hand. I don't do none of the extra like belts and things to their butts. It's all on their hand. But
You spanked their hand?
like a pat on their hands,
Okay.
like
Gotcha.
I don't know, but that's it. They don't get whoopings or with shoes and belts. So I mean, they fight and stuff like that. But the 6-year-old, she bruises so easy. Like she can fall down and bruise like easy. So that's what
Okay.
I think that was. But the detective said
Okay.
he saw that case, so that part is closed. I just don't know what the CPS is doing.
So you're saying you've never used a belt? Okay, you just pop them on the hand. Okay. Pass the witness.
Anybody else? Mr.
Uh,
Lampkin, you just said I left him when he was 2. Can you explain that to me, please, sir?
Um, the mother, she was doing a lot of cheating behind my back when I was with her. So I decided on my own to just separate each other and let the baby stay with her. I did have a chance to try and keep him, but I didn't. I just left him there with her and tried to co-parent. It was off and on between us, drama. So it was like I just stayed out the way for a minute.
Okay, and you said a minute. How long was a minute?
Give or take, I want to say the longest we stopped talking as far as Malachi goes, maybe a month, maybe 3 weeks, and we were back talking again as far as him trying to work on co-parenting.
Before CPS got involved, were you doing visitation with him?
I was seeing him off and on as much as I possibly could, but it was rare that I had chances to.
Okay, and explain what you mean by had chances to.
I guess on my part was just trying to get life together as far as I had a lot of criminal stuff going on. I was dealing with court, so I was trying to clear myself of that on top of taking care of 5 children at that time. So I kind of just like was just isolating myself to do better for him.
What, have you ever served time in TDCJ or any
No.
incarcerated before?
No, ma'am. The furthest I've ever went was just Gatesville. I've always been in Gatesville. Everything happened in Gatesville.
Like the Gatesville jail?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Felonies, misdemeanors, what?
I have no felonies.
Okay, good. What about your girlfriend?
No felonies, no misdemeanors.
Okay. Does your girlfriend get child support for any of her children?
She's supposed to, yes, 2 of them, but one of them is just not paying for her right now, so she's dealing with them about that.
Okay. The 2, you said she gets child support for, they have the same dad or are they different dads? Excuse me, I didn't hear you.
Different dads, I'm sorry.
Okay. You talked about SSI. Is that, who is that for? That's for one of your kids, right?
My 2-year-old, he's paralyzed.
And does anybody else there get SSI?
No, ma'am.
No, okay. Do any of the children that live with y'all now, do they ever visit their other parents?
Yes. Colton, he's the oldest. His dad hasn't seen him since he was born. But the 6-year-old with the case, as far as the abuse and stuff like that, she sees her father probably once a week, sometimes stays the night. I kind of stay in touch with him a lot.
Okay. Any of the other ones?
None of the other ones.
Okay.
Elijah. I'm sorry, Elijah. He's the 4-year-old, 5-year-old.
What about the 2-year-old? Special needs?
The 2-year-old and the 1-year-old are both mine.
Okay. And are they yours with your girlfriend?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, good. So y'all have 2 kids together, and then she has the 3 by other guys, right?
Yes.
Okay. So biologically, she has 5 children, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Any more?
No.
Okay. And biologically, how many do you have?
3.
Okay. Malachi and the 2 you got at your house, right? Okay. Sir, y'all got a 2-bedroom house. You got 5 kids there. You're wanting 6. Where does everybody sleep?
I sleep in the living room for now. I had a 3-bedroom, but the landlord kind of messed us over, so we moved back to my 2-bedroom I was still paying on. But the boys have 1 room with a bunk bed. Malachi has his own separate twin bed. So technically in that room I have 4 beds in there. And in the girls' room is my 2-year-old, and then the 6-year-old daughter, they have their own room separate. We just sleep in the living room, we had to.
Okay. So you got a boy room and a girl room, right? Okay. Okay. How many bathrooms y'all have? 1 or 2?
1 bathroom.
Okay. They're little. They don't need a bunch of bathrooms yet. So yeah. Okay. Dumb question, but does your girlfriend work outside the home?
No, she's does a little off and on side jobs with me to make the money for the house when we can. Other than that, no, she's just a stay-home mother.
Okay. Does she have a car?
No.
Okay. Let's see. Do you and Miss Locker get along now, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I have to sneeze. But how far do you live from where the placement is now, if you know where the placement is?
I live with, like, I want to say a minute or 2 from her.
Okay.
Walking distance, if I chose to walk, would be like 10 minutes.
Okay. And what about from Mama?
From the mom, she probably from the mom, I live about 5 minutes. She's shortly behind, like 2 streets over from the grandmother. It's not far, but it's all close.
Okay, that's good. And when you say you work and you have odd jobs, what kind of stuff do you do? What trades and stuff?
I do construction. I do landscaping. I cut yards when I can. Just pretty much a jack of all trades. Work on cars. I do that. Like today, I just went and made 700 for 2 hours of work. So, and then I have work today at 5.
How is your girlfriend about another kid coming to the house?
She's excited. They interact pretty well together. I try to make sure that, he's cool with the other mate being in the home as well. That's my number one.
Okay. Okay, thank you, sir. Anybody else?
I have a few, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Sturm.
Mr. Lampkin, so just to be clear, you have an open CPS investigation right now, is that correct?
That I know of, yes.
Okay, and so the allegation was sexual abuse and physical abuse, is that correct?
Yes.
And as far as the physical abuse goes, there was allegation that there was a whipping mark on the inside of this child's thigh. And the report says that you spanked the children with a belt and a shoe. Did you read that, or were you made privy of that?
The report shouldn't have said I spanked them with a belt or a shoe.
But is that your understanding of what the report said?
Yes.
Okay. So did you or did you not tell the caseworker that you have used the belt on your children?
No, I did not.
Okay, so you're saying that the caseworker is lying about that?
I don't want to say she's lying, but I know I didn't say that I whoop my children like that. I say, yes, they get whoopings, but I never said specifically how.
So the caseworker has filed an amended permanency report that is public record. It is filed into this case.
Okay.
And in that permanency report, it has that statement that you admitted physical punishment with a belt. So your testimony is that you never said that to her.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So then you would agree with me that you are saying then that Miss Gilmore is lying.
Yes.
Okay. So whenever this investigation first came in, did you submit to a drug test?
Yes.
When was that drug test?
About a month ago. I can't precisely know when. I don't remember exactly when. Right when she opened the case, I talked to a call officer. It was a Sunday, and then Monday or Tuesday, I think they came to the home.
And what kind of drug test did you take?
I think it was a swab. We both took a swab. You fill out the paperwork that I guess they put in a bag or something.
Okay. And what was the result of your drug test?
Objection. The results of oral swabs are inadmissible.
Sustained.
Okay. We move on. Since then, the department's asked you on numerous occasions to submit to a hair test. Is that correct?
Yes.
And have you taken that test?
No, waiting on my color.
Okay. So you understand that if the department says, hey, we got this allegation that comes in and we ask you to submit to a hair test, that's not a random wait on my color kind of test. They're asking you to go test at that point in time. You understand that, right?
Yes, I understand that. And I clarified that with Gilmore. I asked her when that was, and she told me it was the color that I had to go do the hair and the pee test at the same time.
Okay. When was the last time you used any illegal substances?
2 weeks ago.
I'm sorry?
About 2 weeks ago.
Okay, and you're here today asking for your child to be placed with you on a monitor return, but you have admitted to this court that you have used an illegal substance as recent as 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
I'll pass the witness.
Anybody else?
Yes, Judge.
Ms. Kay?
What was the substance?
Pre-rolls. I told Miss Gilmore that I have pictures. I keep them all. I have over 40, 50 of them.
Pre-rolls?
Right where I can go buy it from the store. There's nothing illegal.
Okay. So so you bought them at like the gas station?
Right down the corner from my house. I'm familiar with the guy. He'll tell you. I come in there all the time.
Okay. You understand that if the judge sends Malachi home to live with you, you can't use physical discipline on him, right?
Oh yes, truly.
Okay. So no spanking. Is that okay?
No. Yes, that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Pass the witness.
Anybody else?
Judge, I have just one follow-up real quick.
Okay.
Mr. Lampkin, what services have you yet to complete on your family service plan?
Just the psyche valve.
Okay, what about individual therapy?
I haven't had any.
I'm sorry.
I haven't had any.
Okay, so you haven't started your therapy yet?
No, not yet, sir.
Okay, I'll pass the witness.
Anybody else? I didn't hear, I didn't understand what Mr. Lampkin said. What are the thing you get down to 7-Eleven down the street?
He called
Pre-roll?
them pre-rolls.
What's that?
That you would get on the streets, but it's legal. It's a legal percentage in the store that doesn't affect you as much as the real stuff in the streets.
Is it?
It's like a nicotine patch for people that smoke cigarettes, almost.
I think it's a little different than that.
Right?
But-
I don't know.
But is it something you smoke
Yes, ma'am.
and it's got a lower THC or something? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Why?
Like for me,
Go on.
like for me, at the time, yes, I know how long to use it, but at the time, each of those things are categorized by things that I probably needed, like sativa or some indica is certain things that, like, if I needed to sleep in the middle of the night when I don't sleep at night. So the indica will put you to sleep, like it helps you sleep. So I use it
Indigo?
indica,
Spell it for me.
INDICA.
Indica. Okay.
There's 3 different brands: sativa, hybrid. Sativa keeps you awake. Hybrid just like mellows you out, keeps you normal throughout the day, I guess.
Okay. Okay, thank you. How about like melatonin? You know.
Yes, I need to. I actually like with the last, I think the case with the caseworker, I wanted to reach out with her. I think it's actually something for a long time I've been wanting to do, is actually go to reach out to a doctor to see if there's actually meds that may help me sleep. I just haven't done it, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Probably some. And Mr. Lampkin, I'm just gonna tell you, with the CPS case going on, probably not a bad idea to go see a doctor to do something like that. So just saying.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your honesty. I appreciate that.
Yes.
Anybody else have any questions of Mr. Lampkin? Okay, next witness, Ms. Kay.
We rest.
Okay, anybody else have any witnesses? No. Ms. Bennett?
I'd like to proffer, since it'd be faster, unless you want me to call.
No, you can proffer. Mr. Lampkin has something to do at 5, so no, let's go on. Just proffer.
Okay, so, at the last court hearing, Judge, you ordered that my client, the mom, get a sandwich visit for Halloween, and then that visits after that would just be as agreed by CPS and the ad items. And with the holidays and Christmas and everything coming up, I was just requesting that the sandwich visits be set up or allowed to continue. My client is actually getting her driver's license this month. She's done everything except pass the driving test, and she already has it scheduled for November 25th. I think that was one of the worries in her, I guess, the updated court report that I just got a few minutes ago, because it was filed late Friday and I did not know. It says that, it looks like she's doing what she's supposed to be doing with her mental health stuff. She did her psychiatric evaluation. She started services. She's adhered to medication recommendations. She's working on substance abuse treatment through Central Counties, provides her records when requested. She did miss one parenting class, I guess, so she had to restart, but she's got it set for November 24th. She has a house. Somewhere in here, I read that the house was much better and looked okay. Maybe her bedroom was messy. And of course, everyone can correct me. I'm just reading the report and trying to go fast. She's been having supervised visits with her grandmother, supervising when when she's able to go over there. Let's see. She's in individual therapy with Miss Flowers. She did go and take a hair strand and a UA for alcohol and all the stuff that she was asked to do. When she was asked to do it, she has an appointment tomorrow for substance abuse treatment in Temple at 10 a.m. This was the case where well, I'm sure there's more than one case, but where you were worried about the child being on so many meds and ordered them to have a medical review with the child's doctor within a month. They've already gone and had that on November 3rd. My client attended, Casa was there. Anyway, they did do that. They kept him on all the meds, by the way, but they did have that. Tomorrow is a doctor's appointment for Caden with the psychiatrist that my client is planning on going to. I saw stuff about the ARD. Bryson has an ARD, I believe, set for Friday at the school. My client's been calling every day for her color black. I mean, she's trying to do everything. I just wanted to bring it to the court's attention. And there was a little confusion at first as to whether she was to continue to get sandwich visits or not. Anyway, so I would just ask the court to clarify, and I'm just asking for some leeway on holidays, and if she needs to do short sandwich visits at a public place and all of that, that's fine. I mean, we're just trying to, make some movement. My client's done a lot.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Bennett. I have some of that written down and we'll talk with the items, see what's up. So good. Okay, thank you. Anybody, any other lawyers before we get to the items? No.
I guess I'd kind of like to say what the department's concerns are with mom having sandwich visits, unless you want me to wait till the end.
No, you can talk about mom and y'all can talk about dad too, because that's kind of what we've heard the most testimony about.
The department's not in favor of mom having sandwich visits going forward. There's a whole number of things that they have concerns with. One, she got kicked out of the parenting class. I'm not sure 100% the circumstance of that, but that's on hold and she's got to restart that deal. Her boyfriend or fiance, whatever he is, was apparently kicked out of the military, and he's facing a hit and run out of North Carolina that they're traveling back and forth for court right now, where, and I can be a little bit off on this, where he allegedly killed somebody. And so, yeah, there's some issues going on with her fiance at this point in time. There was also, I believe, mom struggles with alcohol. During a trip to North Carolina not very long ago, there's apparently a Facebook post where she posted a couple of pictures of empty glasses of wine, where you can see that there's some wine at the bottom of the glass. She's not in the picture, but I believe it was posted on her Facebook page. The department caught that before it was taken down. That's obviously a concern. I just don't think that she's ready at this point.
Does mom's boyfriend have a service plan?
Brooklyn would have to answer that.
Yes. Yes, however, I've added, I don't know, can you hear me? It's being really weird. Okay. So I have added a couple of things. He was requested before I got on the case to do a psychological evaluation. He stated at the PC that he had it and he just needed my email. However, then changed his story stating he didn't have it and he couldn't get his hands on it and has been trying to get it from the VA. I asked him if we can't get it, will you do one for that I send you to? And he said no. And I'm assuming that is because he didn't know that I knew about the fatality hit and run, and I'm sure it is on the psychological. So
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Does Mr. Lampkin's girlfriend have a service plan?
she didn't before I got on the case. However, I've made one, and I am requesting the court to make that in order.
Okay. Do I need to make one in order for mom's boyfriend also?
Yes, I would also like for him to be ordered to do a psychological evaluation outside of the VA.
Okay. Anybody else, Miss Gilmore, that needs to have a service plan?
I have added stuff for Mr. Lampkin. I am wanting him to do parenting classes through Aware. I'm wanting him to do therapy with Mr. Chapman. I want him to participate in a mental health evaluation and follow all the recommendations. And he did the psychological, and part of the recommendation was for the parenting class. And that's what and drug testing, of course.
Okay. What about the other dads, Mr. Hoffman, Mr. Hawkins in here today? Mr. Hoffman.
Mr. Hoffman has been doing everything. I don't have anything extra for him to do. His recommendations on his evaluation, he's already done and completed. I have added for Miss Locker to participate in AA or some sort of alcohol substance abuse class. I sent her a whole bunch of resources for that. Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay, Mr. Hawkins, have you seen or heard from him?
No, I attempted to call maybe a grandma. I was trying to put the pieces together, and maybe a mom or an aunt. I didn't have any success.
Okay. Thank you. Oh, okay. Mr. Sturm, you have any witnesses?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Anybody else before I get to the items?
One quick update. As far as Zach, my client's boyfriend, he already sees a therapist through the VA, as far as ordering his service plan. So I don't know if he can just sign a release or something instead of going to 2 therapists.
But I thought he was out of the service.
Right, but because he was former military, I think you're still allowed to go through the VA and get medical stuff.
Okay.
You just don't get TRICARE, but you can still go to the VA, I think. I don't know. I'm not up on all of that.
Okay.
But they texted me that he sees a therapist through the VA.
Got it.
Thank you.
CASA, let me hear from y'all. What do y'all think about all this?
Thank you, Your Honor. So I have concerns with Malachi going with his father. The open CPS cases are concerning. I just think there's a lot of back and forth. I think justice needs a little time to get on his feet. There is a lot of instability when it comes now. If he's trying to do side jobs left and right, Malachi has a lot of needs. Like he really has to go to Temple for doctor visits. He has to go to clean, and he requires someone to be there. And if it's going to be Christina, she's concerning because she's had several cases open for her own children, not including now Malachi. And right now he is on a lot of meds. I am worried that he went from being a overly active child to one that doesn't move. He just doesn't move. His pediatrician did say that he did clear with neurology for him to have, his seizure medicines and still have ADHD medication and melatonin, but I still think it's extreme. I did request the records for neurology for that, but that being said, these are all needs that he has, and I don't believe that justice is in a place to be able to take care of Malachi properly, make it to all his appointments. What if something happens and he's in a side job, the vehicle is up and down. And then for the sandwich visits, I don't believe that Taylor is ready for sandwich visits at this time. She was very upfront in the last PC meeting, which prior to that, she had mentioned that she has an alcohol issue. Not only her, but also her fiance has had the same issues in the home, and they're just trying to, she says she's trying to work through it. But to be able to have them on her own, I just think that's a reach for her. I think she should be given the opportunity to do her services, even finish her parenting classes properly, follow through with that. And perhaps at that point, she can show that she can start and finish and then go from there.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Anybody have
Yes.
any questions, Akasa? Okay, Miss Mystic.
I listened to Justice, and I think we can get there eventually. I just don't think it's today, Judge. I'd like to see him be in therapy, and I think Brooklyn has gotten on board and, getting things requested, but I think we need to get him in therapy. I think there's a lot of overwhelming things. We're looking at, if you send him home 6 children in a 2-bedroom, and people make that work, okay? But when you look at everything, his car got towed. I think he's gonna work on getting that back. He lost his job and he's doing side jobs and he made 700. That's great. But this isn't like a kiddo that just goes to school every day and gets picked up. We've got some special needs. And I think we just need a little time. I think he needs to work with the therapist. I'm concerned, a lot of people, they use a belt. I had been notified that from Brooklyn that he told her that. That's in the report even before today. It's a little concerning, if that caused a bruise, but I'm not as concerned about the sexual abuse. There's been removals in about 4 FBSS cases with Christina. So I'm glad she'll have a service plan and we can evaluate in this case. So I don't think it's beyond the realm that we're going to get there. Let him get the bigger place. Let him get established in his job, let him get his car back. Let him get to therapy, on justice. Okay. And then for Taylor, I had mentioned I was good with sandwich visits. I'm a little concerned, because she did admit, and we all applauded her on the alcohol, but I don't think we have a therapist recommendation yet. I know she's seeing, I believe, Miss Flowers. And I don't think, because it was pretty new that we just got the alcohol testing ordered. I'd like to see a few random, on alcohol testing before we do the sandwich. Now, I think she gets to see her Christmas Day. I mean, I think grandma is working with her, and maybe we could set another hearing before Christmas and see how she does on testing and get some notes from her therapist. And there's nobody has driver's license.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. Let's get her driver's license and insurance on the vehicle. So it's not just economical, because that people make it work. You don't take kids just because, you're in 6 kids in a 2-bedroom. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you look at everything, I don't think we're there yet. I'm a little, I don't know about pre-rolls, whatever. I don't even know what is that the terminology. And I appreciate him sharing that and being honest. But again, part of why we get in a case sometimes is people are using things to get through life. Okay. We all have our things. And maybe with the therapy, I think there's a lot of stress in his life. And getting into the therapy and the things that Brooklyn has recommended would be very helpful. before we can consider sending him home.
Ms. Mystic, were there, y'all mentioned in of reports, I have one that Miss Marquita filed. Has there been some reports filed since the October 22nd?
Yes,
Can you send those?
yes. Yeah, I'll have to scan it. It said encrypted. It got e-filed. It just got accepted. And then I think they emailed it, but those come encrypted and you can't open them. So I've got CASA's amended report and I have the department. So CASA did an amended November 7th.
Okay.
I can, if you need me to, I have it and I
Yeah.
can email it over to Judge. So that's
That'd be
okay.
great. Yeah, that'd
Okay.
be great.
I don't
and-
have any of those
But-
amended reports. I don't have any amended reports.
And they did call, Judge. It was Friday. The clerk's office in Gatesville is like running 24 to 48 hours behind just because they got a lot of stuff coming in.
Okay. Well, I put, when I was getting ready last night, I put in calls. I mean, I didn't even think, I looked at the old court reports. I didn't think about the new one. So if y'all could just send them to me, and obviously Friday I didn't do anything. So, if y'all can forward those to me so I can read them.
Yep, I'm doing it right now.
Okay. So y'all, there's a lot for me to think
There's
about
one, right? That she just.
on and read. So I'm definitely gonna take this under advisement, but I do have a couple of orders that we're gonna do right now. I'm gonna put, let's see.
Judge, I feel like I haven't been seen or heard in today's hearing on behalf of Ms. McClure, and I'm kind of hurt by this.
Well, I think they said that Mr. Hoffman was doing everything he needed to do. So,
My only notes say to ask for more visits, and now that I've been seen and heard, I feel much better.
okay. I'll write that down too. Things to consider.
Judge, also, we came to an agreement for Mr. Hoffman to be able to join Taylor on his visits rather than just once a week. So he's able to do what Taylor's able to do now. I just wanted to make that clear.
Is he doing separate than what Taylor's doing or the same things?
Truthfully, I don't know because I told Miss the caregiver and she was kind of strange about it. But he is able to go with Taylor as long as the caregiver obviously says he is. I have requested Miss Locker and Mr. Hoffman keep a journal of days and times just for me to know. But I'm not sure if I'm assuming there has not been any issues because I haven't gotten anything, but yeah, he's able to go whenever Taylor goes or whenever approved by Miss Callahan.
Okay, let me ask a dumb question because there's a lot of people in this case. Mr. Hoffman is not Mom's boyfriend that we were talking about, is he?
No, he just resides in the house. No, he does not have biological children with Miss Locker.
No, Mr. Hoffman is
Bryson's father.
Bryson's father.
Does have a biological.
I know, I was like,
Yes.
how's he even here? Yeah.
No, Mr. Hoffman is Bryson's father. Zach Deal doesn't have any children with Miss Locker.
The boy, the guy.
The fiance.
Charges, yes, okay.
Yes.
Okay, what about, I read this in the reports and I think I read it for the last hearing. My brain has gone off since the last hearing. Is Mr. Lampkin the one that in the report, somebody, I think grandma or somebody said she wasn't gonna let him visit anymore or something?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
I
And
didn't.
she did refuse
do
his
it.
visitation.
Yes.
I just sort of laughed. I'm like, oh my God. Okay. Got it. Okay. Well, y'all send me those reports. Y'all, I will
I
take the
did.
advisement. I have to pay bills tonight because I haven't done that in a while. So I'm not going to do any work tonight, but maybe I'll work tomorrow and a holiday. And
No.
I know I always work, but I got to pay bills. And taking over other people's bills to pay too. So anyway, I'm going to be busy doing personal stuff tonight. So I'm not going to attend any of y'all stuff tonight, but I will get it to y'all and I will send everybody an email ruling sometime this week, probably tomorrow, but parents, check with your lawyer or they'll let y'all know when I send out my ruling. But here's what I have so far. Mr. Lampkin and mom's boyfriend have service plans. They're made in order of the court. Mom's boyfriend is to submit to psychological evaluation per CPS. And I'm also approving Mr. Lampkin's updated service plan per Ms. Gilmore's testimony. Mom's boyfriend is to sign a release this week for all his VA services. Our next permanency hearing is January 21st, unless we need to have another special hearing before the holidays.
And a hair test, please, for Mr. Lampkin. That might help rule some stuff, help us.
Your Honor, for
And
Malachi, am I able to ask for a second opinion for his seizure medicine? Because I do think he is over medicated. He really is a shadow of the boy he used to be. He hasn't had any seizures. Grandma is happy. Teachers appear to be happy. I just do believe it's on the extreme.
Okay. Hair strand on Mr. Lampkin per CPS done within a week or by the end of this week. Okay, let me look. I know we talked about, didn't we talk about that at the last hearing? Let me look. Med review to occur within 1 month. Malachi is to see a PD neurologist for epilepsy, and y'all, CPS and Alliance were to attend the med review. So that's supposed to be done by 11/22, y'all.
Yes, ma'am.
That was on the last, and it's maybe you obviously don't have the order yet, but that was what I ordered at the last hearing. So that's it. Ms. Gilmore, did you get that?
Yes, I requested him to go do it, and I followed up a couple of times, because, and I did remind him it was an order of the court. The hair follicle.
No, all totally different stuff. On 10/22, I ordered a med review to occur by 11/22 for Malachi. CPS and the Atlantis were to attend, and Malachi was to see a PD neurologist for epilepsy by 1/21.
I thought he did.
Yes, he did have the follow-up appointment on the 3rd, and then he does have a neurology appointment in
I can't hear. Can y'all, it's breaking up.
Can you hear me?
I
Yes.
can hear her. I can hear her.
I can't. Tell me what she said.
Can you hear me?
She's saying that we had a follow-up appointment on November 3rd with the pediatrician, which is where he was okay with the ADHD medicine and the melatonin, but the neurology appointment is not until January.
Yeah, with a PD neurologist, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so tell me, now I can hear you. What'd y'all do on November 3rd?
We had a follow-up visit with the pediatrician for Malachi because they were trying to check that his ADHD medicine was working properly and that he had the right dosage. And from that visit, the pediatrician said there were positive results. He likes that, he's quieter and he's learning, but, he said it's normal that he's not eating the same. Malachi doesn't speak, doesn't say much. He used to do more than that. He just doesn't move. But the pediatrician said that that he did clear with neurology before getting the okay to give him ADHD medication. And in addition to that, he's also getting melatonin to go to sleep.
Was that thing y'all did on November 3rd? Was it a med review or just a pediatric visit?
It was a pediatric visit.
Who's the one? I can't remember. Who's the one that does the med reviews?
I believe it was a med review based off of what Miss Callahan stated in regard to just the ADHD medication.
Well, but you got to take in, I mean, it's like a psychotropic drug too, and you got to take that into consideration with this epilepsy medicine. I mean, I guess you did. Let me see what all he's taken.
Yeah, because the pediatrician said that he did check with neurology to make sure that it didn't interfere with his epilepsy medication and that he's able to take the ADHD medication, the Adderall, and then the melatonin.
Hold on a second. Well, remember we talked about 3 meds for a
Yes.
7-year-old, 5-year-old for epilepsy? I mean, unless he's having those tonic-clonic, which used to be called grand mal seizures every day. You know, I hate to pretend like I'm a doctor, but to me, that sounds like a lot. And that's what we talked about
It's-
last time. Who is Dr. Shaid something? What kind of doctor is that?
Gastro, something gastro. He's who
Gastro?
prescribed, I think that's what his title is. Let me go look.
Gastro is prescribing for epilepsy?
Give me a second, Dr. Shaid. I had just looked him up. Dr. Javiad. It's a pediatric gastroenterologist. Is his title? Yes.
And who's Dr. Robert Organ?
That's the pediatrician.
Pediatrician in this area.
Does he go in person?
Yes, ma'am, in Temple.
Where is?
Oh, sorry. The pediatrician is here
Only-
in the Hemingway building. I apologize.
Yeah, Oregon's over here.
Where is Shaid?
Temple.
Does Malachi go in person to him?
Yes, ma'am. It's my understanding that he goes in person to a
What?
specialty clinic at Baylor's Cotton White.
Why does he go to a gastro person?
I did request the information, like getting a hold of them. I did ask for the records to see, because I thought maybe it's just the name, but yes, ma'am, it's taking them a little bit because it's Baylor. But I should have them this week.
Hmm.
And to see why he's, the one, that's a specialty clinic. That's where he is at, so that's why he's the named doctor.
Well, and that's why I wanted him to see a PD neurologist, to get a better handle on. Has he had an MRI? Has he had like a 48-hour thing where they put the electro, what is it, an EEG? Has he had any of those?
I did not see that for him. When I get the records this week, I will know. But if not, I can coordinate with Ms. Gilmore for a pediatric neurologist if needed.
We need to go to the appointment.
Yes, ma'am, I will be present once I know. It's just that it's not
No,
until
but I meant all
January.
of us.
Yes,
Is
ma'am.
it Cassandra? Yeah.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Well, yeah, y'all need to, he needs a PD neurologist for sure.
That's in January, right?
Is it set
The
up?
PD neurologist.
Is it set
That's
up?
what the caregiver told me.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we need to find out who that is and make sure it's that title.
And
Yes,
then
ma'am.
you go in person.
Right. I'll
Because
text her.
I mean, I don't understand all these medicines. I mean, I don't understand 3 medicines. That's a lot. And, if he hasn't ever had an kids, they do those walking EEGs. I mean, they do a lot of stuff. And what is his history of epilepsy?
From what I've had, he had a
Oh.
couple of episodes. Since I've had it, and then from what I understand, he hasn't had any. But it's my understanding that the epilepsy started from trauma, from when, he started going through. So I believe it's a stressor, but I'm not a doctor. So, it's definitely something to know, but he did go through quite a bit for such a young person.
Was he on these meds before CPS got involved?
No, ma'am. He was under different medication. The medication changed and it became more aggressive, which thus the drastic change. Like, I don't believe he was an ADHD medication. He was only an epilepsy medication.
Did he have another seizure that caused him to increase or change the medicine?
The last seizure he had was in the summer, but providers changed, and out of nowhere he has more medication and now on ADHD medicine as well.
Did he have ADHD? Did the teachers think he had needed ADHD medicine at school last year?
I know that he was very ruly, like during the summer, he was kicked out of daycare and he was not listening. And so they felt that his behavior required analysis. So that's why he went and got tested for that.
When he has seizures, does he have like the grand mal tonic-clonic ones, or does he have absent seizures? What kind of seizures does he have?
I'm not sure, ma'am. I don't know
Miss
the exact.
Callahan, I don't know what the proper is. The grandma's seizures with the shaking and it makes them very, very tired type of thing.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure if that's what that is, then yes, that's what kind of seizures he has, is the grandma seizures where he's full force shaking, and then she explained him as being very exhausted for the rest of the day or the day after, and then he's fine after that.
Yeah. So yeah, okay.
I texted her to get me the doctor's name. We'll follow up on that and be
Yeah.
in person.
Yeah, y'all go in person to the doctor, to the PD neurologist. Brooklyn, if y'all didn't have a med review, let's go on and have a med review, because I get cost concerns. And you know, the neurologist needs to look at this ADHD medicine too, because it's all brain stuff, you know. So they need to do that. And you know, sometimes I'm not a doctor, but like I said, know more about epilepsy than I want to know. But sometimes you don't need ADHD medicine if you're on all this other epilepsy stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And melatonin, you know, I don't worry about melatonin. I mean, it's not, you know, psychotropic meds. I don't worry about it, but I mean, I'm just glad they didn't give him trazodone or, you know, another med to put him on. But it's all related. Yes, did somebody say Judge?
Yes. Do you think that it would be helpful for us to get him into like a mental health doctor rather than a PCP in regard to the ADHD medication?
Well, like a child psychiatrist?
Yes, just so we can have maybe even a second opinion type of,
Yeah, that's a good idea.
appointment rather than, I think that PCPs, once it gets difficult in my experience, they are like, I don't want to deal with that anymore. Send them to a psychiatrist. And maybe that would be helpful for us to have a second opinion.
Yeah, let's do that because I mean, I know that some of the epilepsy medicine people, they also prescribe it for like depression or anxiety or, you know, some of that stuff. And the psychiatrists can do the same, maybe.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say Malachi, child psychiatrist by end of the year. Okay. Now that's gonna be a hard one to find. That one might have to be a trip to Dallas or some, you know, or Waco or somewhere, but okay. So visitation ruling is under advisement. Parents, it's good idea to comply with your service plan and your court orders. The quicker we can get all this compliance, the quicker y'all can get all of us out of your life and the kiddos can come home. So I will see y'all on January 21st. No, I think that's our next. Yes, January 21st. Unless we have special hearings before then. So we're in recess. Thank y'all. Have a good day.
Have a good veterans, everybody.
Have a good Bye-bye.